Hello.
It's time for Rapid Fire. I'm Mia.
I'm John.
Good.
We're Lemonade.
Yeah. Top fives.
All right, and this is a collection of 5 mini top 5s of various things.
And what's our first mini five, John?
This is our favorite restaurants in Chicago, and we specified they're not like nationwide chains or whatever, just...
They're standalones.
Yes.
Or like very limited chains.
Yeah.
All right, John. Give us yours.
All right. Number 5, I have Mr. Greek Gyros, partially out of nostalgia. Number 4, I have Gage's Gaia's Cafe. Number 3, I have Sichuan Cuisine. Number 2, I have Crisp. And number 1, I have Buena Vista.
Good stuff. All right, and on mine, number 5 is Crisp. Number 4 is Buena Vista. Number 3 is Giordano's. That's some nice pizza. Number 2 is Parisi's, thanks to neighborhood nostalgia, or as John calls it, the fry place.
The fry place, yep.
And number 1 is Sapori Trattoria.
Oh, yeah,
and
great
3 out of 5
Italian
of these
place.
are in Lakeview. 4 out of 5 of these are
most
in
of these are in
Lakeview.
walking distance.
I guess
because
Giordano's
that's
have a
probably the ones
few
we've been the most
locations,
to,
around
Crisp
the city.
is just like the best fried chicken ever.
Buena Vista, fantastic Mexican food.
Yes, get the mole. Sichuan Cuisine I have on here, it's just like, it's one of those weird things where it's so far above a lot of the other things in its genre, like I like Chinese food, I like Sichuan Chinese food. It somehow is like, despite its incredibly nondescriptive name, like an order of magnitude. Like, we got Sichuan from a good place recently, and I was still like, this is less than half as good as Sichuan.
I mean, that place is amazing. Yeah, I think the only reason it didn't make my list is because like Chinese food is a lower genre of mine, but that place is great.
And then Gaia's is one of our Valentine's Day traditions.
Yes.
It's a fondue place.
Almost
so our
made
Valentine's tradition is going there on February 8th when it's
or
not
so,
their Valentine's
yes.
pricing.
What a wonderful place. That was probably like number 6.
All right.
What's next?
What is next is our favorite animals. And these are real-life animals. Important distinction given one of our later rapid-fire lists. You want to go first?
I will go first. Number 5 is a parrot. Number 4 is an otter. Number 3 is a fox. Number 2 is a chihuahua. And number 1 is a cuttlefish.
What is a cuttlefish?
A cuttlefish is a fish.
Okay,
a cuttlefish
that's
is
one
a
of those little like worm-looking things, right?
Or not quite. So it's kind of like a weird, like big flat fish. But the thing that makes it cool is that it camouflages not just by like changing color, but like changing color first of all vividly, and second of all like animates the color on those scales. They are awesome.
That sounds cool. Maybe I'm thinking of a silverfish.
You might be thinking of a silverfish. I'm not actually super sure, but I remember watching a nature documentary on cuttlefish and thinking this was the coolest thing I had ever seen. Like,
Can you
that
get
is
pet
awesome.
Cuttlefish?
Doubtful.
Okay.
I feel like there's someone endangered. But yeah, we do that. My parents do have plenty of pet chihuahuas, which, you know.
There's something that sounds like cuttlefish that's like a common like seafood thing, I feel like.
I bet you're right. You'll remember
I don't know what I'm
3 a.m.,
thinking of. Yep.
and then you'll wake me up.
All right, my top 5 are pangolin, kiwi, ibis, shark, and manta ray as number 1.
Surprised shark wasn't number 1. Look at all the
I don't know,
sharks you have in the house.
Sharks and manta rays are like neck and neck. They're both like sea creatures that I just love a lot.
But just
Here comes a shark.
Just an example.
There's one in reaching distance. Yep.
I'm Sharky. No.
And then I guess I like those long dorky beaks, like on the kiwi.
Yeah,
and ibis.
and the tiny little wings on the kiwi. They are adorable. I just think parrots are such like colorful, intelligent birds. They're just very cool. But of course, we just suspend all intelligence when you're thinking about otters. It's like, oh, little otters.
Oh, they're swimming around in the water. So adorable.
All right, what's next? I can talk about otters all night.
We have our top 5 magic cards, and we'll probably be coming from very different perspectives here.
That's Magic the Gathering.
Yes,
not,
Magic the Gathering.
The kids'
not
magic sets.
Ace of spades with a hole secretly drilled through it.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, just for context, John is a very, very experienced Magic player. I'm very much a novice, and have not seen anywhere near every card. So I'm coming from, this is what's in John's cube, and I liked it.
Yes.
Go for it, John.
Okay, mine. I have number 5 and 4 are nostalgia things. These are the first people I ever built commander decks around. There's Sapling of Kolfanor, the doofy tree folk, who's not very good. And there's Nin the Pain Artist, who lets you draw a million cards. that may be I think that's a theme with a lot of things on this list. Number 3, Burning Vengeance, which was part of, I do a lot of drafting as well, and that was part of one of the most fun, like build around this card draft type decks in one of the most fun formats. And then number 2 and number 1 are Cruel Ultimatum, which just makes your opponent suffer and gives you so many cards, and Cryptic Command, which has like a dozen different options when you play it, all of which are great for you and terrible for your opponent.
You're a damned sadist. And we're going to start off with Mia's...
All right, Mia, what's your number, top 5?
We're going to start off with the great gap of inexperience by me telling you that my number 5 card is Hissing Iguaner. Because of the art and... oh no, Grimer. Sorry, Grimer is holding up our phone. Yeah. Hissing Iguaner is adorable art, but also has a nice little ability where every time someone dies, the opponent loses a life, and that's anyone dying. Number 4 is Kessig Cage Breakers. That's fun. Number 3 is Recurring Nightmare, but not when John uses it. When John uses it, it's my least favorite card. Number 2 is Ambush Viper, which is tons of fun. And number 1...
And an adorable little snake.
And number 1 is Wrath of God, because if you don't like the way things are going, you should just bury everyone.
Bury all creatures.
Bury all creatures. And then they updated it with, like, they either updated it or as in other words with, like,
destroy all creatures, they can't be
regenerated. They cannot regenerate it. It's like, just say it like it is. Like, bury all creatures.
I think if you go to an old, I don't know whether the one we have in there does or not, but if you go to one of the older ones, it even class it up with a literary text of...
Oh, really? I don't think ours does.
As flies are to schoolboys, so are we to the gods. They swat us for their sport.
Perfect. So yeah, that's 2 very different Magic the Gathering lists.
Equally good. All right.
Thanks.
Our next one is Pokemon. And so mine are number 5, Bulbasaur, favorite starter. Number 4, Articuno. Number 3, Lapras. Number 2, Vileplume. And number 1, Lantern. I love that water-electric combo. It's such a nice, weird combo, and it just looks so adorably, like, smart and yet derpy.
Yeah, those are... However, we have no overlap.
Yes.
When you say smart and derpy, I think just derpy. Because here are mine. There's Wooper. There's Slowking, who's the only evolved form of a Pokemon on my list. Okay, Slowking is underrated. Okay, Slowking, you gotta stop blocking my...
What? I heard you're trying to read something today.
And you're supposed to be one of the smartest Pokemon in this. Look at that face! He's so happy about everything.
He just wants to have his pancakes and go to sleep.
And wear his crab hat. Anyway, number 3 is Mudkip. Cute little Mudkip. Number 2 is Totodile. And number 1 is Pikachu. So as you can see, I take my battling very seriously. Everyone needs to be at their absolute strongest one.
Yes, we went to the Pokemon Center in Japan, and we were like, all right, they had a whole wall of, like, everything.
Everything. And
the Pokemon Mia chose to get out was Enthusiastic Pikachu.
It's specifically an enthusiastic Pikachu. It just sits here and it just thinks everything is the most wonderful thing in the world. It could just be sitting facing a wall of drying paint. Wow. I heard you're watching paint dry today. So yeah, what's next?
All right, our final mini 5 is maybe our most legitimate topic, and this is our top 5 Lemon Knife songs. That is our top 5 songs each by us.
Which is not arrogant at all.
Nope.
Oh, sorry, I should probably make room for...
All right, so I have number 5, Jeanette Rankin 2020. I just love the riffs, the bridge is fantastic. Great Mia-ism.
Ism?
I don't know, the riffism, Mia-ism, is that a thing?
Sure, we can make it one.
Number 4, Thick as Thieves, love the kind of back and forth and the riff.
Yeah.
Number 3, Broken Ankle, Broken Mind. Just, it's great. This is I legitimately, if it wasn't by us, I would have downloaded it and run to it. Number 2, Dirty Life and Times of a Gun. I think my favorite set of lyrics I've written, and this is one where we did the approach of like lyrics first, and then Mia wrote kind of like the riff based on the lyrics, and it turned out great.
I think it was like the opposite of what you were thinking. I remember you saying. It's like, this is definitely not what I thought it would sound like, but yeah, I like it, you know.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and you play around with the slide bass.
Thanks, Morphine.
And then number 1, I gotta go with one of my first like vocal songs, which was Storm Surge.
Oh,
and this is one I still love playing live. It just like everything about it. It's so like compact and so like
Interestingly, I don't think we have any overlap here either. But I think you'll
we'll have to have a fist fight when it comes to assembling the greatest hits album then.
Why does the greatest hits album have to be 5 songs long?
It's a greatest hits EP.
Anyway, number 5 is a humble economic proposal. Because
also known as Tax the Rich or Burn the Rich.
Follow up, by the way, being we don't have a preference, you choose which. Always a fun one live and just a ridiculous in general. Number 4 is I Will Remember, our pop grunge song, our Weezer song. Number 3 is Lost at Sea, our first
very
song.
First song, yes.
I just have such affection for it. Number 2 is Cold Burn, and number 1 is Black Site.
Oh yeah, I love Black Site too. That's probably number 6 on my list.
The back and forth between us, the change up and the riffs and the all sorts of little parts in a very compact song.
Grabs you by the throat right from the get-go.
But like all of yours, like actually, I think literally all of yours were like very, very closely considered for my list as well, to be fair.
Yeah, all of yours are fantastic too.
Thank you.
Good songwriting, Mia.
Good songwriting, John.
We'll see you next time.